Hey guys, what's up? DJ Gengar here, back with another video. So I just wanted to talk to you guys about my first day of 8th grade, which was a pretty big day for me. You know, I just hated waking up at freaking 8 o'clock, even though it's not that early, or it's not that late. It's not that early. But anyways, I got dressed, or I got my clothes, took my shower, dried off, put my clothes on, put my deodorant on, put everything on, and then I didn't know what to bring, so basically what I just did was all I did was just I didn't bring anything on the first day of school because I didn't know if I needed anything or not. So basically I didn't bring anything, but I had to, my 4th period teacher gave me a pencil that I could use for the rest of the day or whatever. And so basically my first period, I went into it, and it was, you know, pretty cool, I guess. It was my 7th grade 2nd period, except this time it's 8th grade 1st period. It was my computer technology class, and you know, we just basically got into like a kinda making name cards, and she passed out a letter for us to read or whatever, and that's basically all we did. And mind you, all these periods last about 40, I want to say around roughly 45 minutes, and there's 7 of them plus lunch. But 2nd period, it went okay. I was sitting by myself or whatever, because we have, in that class, in my 2nd period class, we actually have tables, not desks, like tables with 3 or 4 chairs, and there's multiple tables in the room. So I basically just sat with myself, I sat by myself or whatever, because I didn't know anybody in that class. And I can't exactly remember what we did on the first day of school, but on the 2nd day of school, there was 2 girls that I knew from last year, because they were both in my classes, at least 1 or 2 of my classes, and they basically just told me, come on, sit with us, blah blah blah, whatever. We did this scavenger hunt thing where we were trying to look for clues, and then we didn't win, but some other teams won. And then we made name cards. On the front, it was where we put our first name and 10 things that describe us. And then the back was my last name and describe how your family is or whatever. So we basically just got that done. That was the 2nd day because I couldn't remember the first day. And then my 3rd period is where we were 3rd grade on the not 3rd grade, 3rd period on the first day was really funny. It was awesome. So basically I walked into the room, and then my friend who rides the school bus with me, and we gave him a nickname last year, but he was my language arts teacher. Me and him both had him. His name was Mr. Cruz, but we all called it, or it was me, Tristan, which I don't know if he goes to school anymore, Christian, which I don't know if he goes to school anymore, and Zeb, which is my friend that's in my 3rd period. We all called him Mr. KRABS. I don't know why. It was, you know that one meme that kind of blew up last year or whatever. Oh yeah, Mr. KRABS, and then it ear rapes you. But So the third day of school, or the third class period, I walked in, and then my friend was like, "Hey, it's you," and I'm like, "Yeah, hey, it's you. What's up?" And we were basically talking for a little bit, and then my teacher was basically just telling all about himself or whatever. And then he was going by how he grades stuff or whatever, and he was like 50% for something, and then 50% for 45 to 50% for something other. And then he was like a 5% grade for the PETA grade, and then everybody's like, "What's the PETA grade?" And he's like, "Haha, you seriously don't know about the PETA grade? It's and then he said it's the pain in the ass grade," which we basically just all laughed about it, and we basically were just talking for the first day of school or whatever. But you know, anyways, the fourth period basically started. Well, after third period, things kind of messed up a little bit. But things are really messed up after third period. So I went to my fourth period and the door was closed or whatever. So we all went to lunch or something. Some of us got, I saw my whole quote unquote fourth period class there. So we all went to lunch and then we got separated. And then there's a lady, when I was eating some Fruit Loops that I got from the breakfast cart or whatever, I didn't have enough time to eat them. I started chowing down on some of those, and then she was like, she came over to her table and she was like, all 8th graders who are going to their fourth period, follow me or whatever. So we basically, like me and a couple other people were basically just following her outside the cafeteria, and then we went upstairs, which my class was downstairs on the 4th building. And then we went up to the top of the fifth building, which is somewhat far away from my fourth period. And then after we went to like one class, she's like, "What are you doing? Why are you following me?" And I said, "That's because you told me to follow you." And she was like, "Just go to your fourth period." So I went to my fourth period. I went all the way down to the 4th building lower, and when I opened up my classroom, I saw him doing something or whatever. And then after a few minutes, my fourth period teacher finally noticed me. He's like, "Oh, are you new, or are you here to tell me something or something or another?" And I'm like, "Is this fourth period?" And then he was like, "No, this is third period. You guys are supposed to be coming in 3 minutes." So basically, I got out of my fourth period, I got out of that classroom, and I basically just went over to where the big old lunch hall was, lunch hall, whatever you want to call it. And basically, instead of actually going in, I was just standing outside for about 4 minutes, and then the bell rang. And then once the first group of people who left the cafeteria, or who were permitted to leave the cafeteria, I basically just followed them. Like, I was acting like I was in the cafeteria the whole time. And then I went to my fourth period. So basically, what we were doing on my fourth period, we had these emergency note card things that was going on if any of us got hurt or whatever. So we wrote down those. I didn't have my phone number, so I didn't know my mom's phone number or whatever to put down on the card, just in case he needed to contact her if I if I got hurt really badly or not. And then we did this weird thing to where we all went into like a circle around the desk or whatever, and then we had to remember who was going to give us a tennis ball and who we would have to throw the tennis ball to. It was really weird, and it was like, I'm trying to exactly remember how we did it. So basically, the coach would throw a lot of tennis balls to one person. That one person would throw some. It was like one after the other tennis balls, and it was just going in a web around different people in the classroom. And we had to, quote unquote, juggle 10 of them we tried to do it without letting any of the tennis balls fall on the ground. And if anybody got caught with 2 tennis balls, then the game would be over. and yeah, it was pretty fun. And then we left that, and then I went to my 5th period class. What is my 5th period class? Trying to remember what was my 5th period class. Come on, think. 5th period.
Neutralized.
I'm trying to remember what my 5th period was.
Friendly Cerberus inbound.
Well, I can't. Oh yeah. It was art. I'm sorry, guys, that I have bad memory. It was art. So basically, what we did, we just watched a couple of videos on a growth mindset or whatever, and we basically just did a paper on what a growth mindset, what somebody would. We drew a picture of it. We wrote some examples. We did a sentence of using the word. I don't know, it was weird. I had to sit near this one kid who just talked out loud to himself so much, and he was just being such a nuisance. And I remember on the second day I asked him, are you trying to be are you trying to be annoying? And then he was like, no, that's just part of who I am. And I'm like, okay then. Or something like that. And after 5th period, we went to 6th period, which is my I think it's my English class. I also have a meme for you guys. A real quick meme. Lives in US whole life, has to take an English course whenever he's in 8th grade. Pretty funny meme though. Sorry I just keep on like repeating the gameplay or whatever, because I don't. It's gonna be a little while before I swap to another gameplay in the library or whatever, just because it takes time to get it out and download another one or whatever. So I can't see the comments, and whenever this stream, let me actually see if I can see the comments when I go to YouTube on this stream. I wonder if it's gonna show up on my own YouTube thing. I wonder if I can see the stream comments. I don't know though, but yep, okay, live. Can I see the comments? Oh, yep, okay. I can see the comments. So basically in 6th grade, it's my English class. He was talking about something about us being in like a weird circle thingy or whatever, and we were all talking about who we are and something interesting about us or whatever. And basically that's all that it was at the very beginning anyways. And then basically we just went to 7th period. Mind you, everybody, a lot of people are different in each period. It's not like a class set of people go to periods. 7th period, I got a really cool science teacher. Not a girl though. But basically, he's really chill. He's basically right before we were going into the classroom, he was like, take what you need, and then I was like, huh? And then he had like a toilet paper roll or whatever, and we were supposed to grab a certain number of toilet paper sheets, and it was like for every toilet paper sheet out of the quote-unquote take what you need, for every single toilet roll piece, we would have to describe something about ourselves. So that was on the first day, and we basically just did like a meet and greet with them. He's pretty cool. There's also a pretty hot girl, not gonna lie, that I'm pretty into, to be honest. We've talked for a little bit, but she's like, I don't know. She's pretty chill, to be honest. I think over time we'll be friends, and then maybe something more. Like best friends, haha, you thought I was gonna go BF girlfriend? No, but I don't know, maybe someday we might be there, but I got no clue, to be honest. But basically, whoa, look at that scoreboard. Jesus, I never even paid attention to the scoreboard this whole entire time that I was talking. 55 to 17, Jesus. They cannot get anything done.
Enemies destroyed.
Jeez, dude. 61 to 20. 61 to 21 because I done goofed by a corner camper. I don't know if I wrote back to him saying that he's a stupid little camper or not. But basically, after 7th period, I just went to the bus circle. What? I don't know what happened, but basically, I'm trying to find me. Okay, I'm here. Okay, we were 61 to 21, so it's gonna take a little bit. I messed this up so badly. But after 7th period, we basically, I just went to the bus circle, even though it's not a circle. And then I hopped on the bus, and then it took, like, usually we're out of the bus circle, and he's starting to drop people off at, like, or we're starting to leave the bus circle at around, I want to say 4:10, but it took him to like 4:30 to actually leave the circle because I guess they wanted everybody on the bus. But I basically just talked to my friend because he was in the seat right next to me, and we were just talking till we got home, and I just started relaxing whenever I got home. So basically that was my day of being in 8th grade. So like, share, subscribe, comment, doing all the good old stuff. And I'll see all you dudes in the next video, so until then, stay awesome. Bye.